The iconic rumble of a Harley-Davidson motorcycle has long symbolized freedom, rebellion, and classic American muscle. But in 2025, something shocking is happening behind the scenes. Dealerships across the country are urgently slashing prices, offering unprecedented trade-in values, and moving units at lightning speed, but only for certain models. Why? It's not because these bikes are bad. It's because the market is shifting fast, and some models are suddenly becoming more of a liability than a legacy. In this video, we are diving deep into 7 Harley-Davidson motorcycles that dealers are trying to dump ASAP. Whether it's due to declining sales, outdated tech, emission standards, or the rise of electric competition, these models are getting pushed out, and fast. If you're a rider, collector, or just a curious gearhead, you need to know what's really going on. Some of these bikes were once Harley's crown jewels. Now they're being shuffled off showroom floors like yesterday's news. Stay tuned, because number 1 on this list is the biggest shock of all. Number 7. HarleyDavidson Street 750. Once seen as Harley-Davidson's ticket to reaching younger and more global riders, the Street 750 now stands as a reminder of what could have been. With a 749cc engine and a 6-speed manual transmission, it offered just enough power to make city rides fun and highway trips manageable. At 233 kg curb weight, and with a low seat height of just 720 mm, it was one of the most approachable Harleys ever built, especially for new riders or those moving up from smaller bikes. Its compact build and 13.1-liter fuel tank made it ideal for urban environments. But despite the strategic intent, the Street 750 struggled to find its footing, especially in the US. Harley loyalists weren't too thrilled by the model's toned-down, almost muted personality. It lacked the signature rumble, chrome-heavy styling, and road presence that people typically associate with the brand. While it did attract a niche in India, in countries like India, where it was even manufactured, it just didn't become the global hit Harley had hoped for. The Street 750 was Harley's attempt at shedding its image of being only for seasoned riders or cruiser enthusiasts. Yet, in doing so, it diluted the very DNA that made Harley-Davidson iconic. The quality issues didn't help either. There were concerns over braking performance, patchy build quality, and components that didn't quite live up to Harley standards. Over time, those issues added up and started reflecting in customer satisfaction and sales numbers. By 2021, Harley decided to pull the plug, at least in its home market. It didn't come with much fanfare, more like a quiet exit. Fast forward to 2025, and some dealerships still have leftover inventory collecting dust in showrooms. These bikes are now going for deep discounts, sometimes thousands below their original price tag. For bargain hunters, it's a tempting offer. A brand new Harley for the price of a used mid-range bike? Sounds appealing. But there's a catch: resale value. With the model discontinued and a lukewarm reputation, the Street 750 won't be easy to sell down the line. Spare parts might also become an issue in a few years, especially outside of India. Still, for someone who wants a Harley badge without breaking the bank and doesn't mind the quirks, this might be the last chance to grab one new, straight from a dealership floor. Number 6. HarleyDavidson Iron 883. The Iron 883 has been a staple in Harley-Davidson's lineup for years, a gateway into the cruiser world, especially for riders who wanted that authentic Harley vibe without spending big. With its raw styling, air-cooled Evolution engine, and blacked-out finishes, it nailed the urban outlaw look. It felt tough, nimble enough for city riding, and just stripped down enough to let riders customize it however they liked. With a top speed of 170 km/h and a fuel economy hovering around 20 to 20.88 km/h, it wasn't exactly a performance beast. but that was never the point. It was about attitude. But as we move deeper into 2025, the Iron 883 is losing its edge. The world has changed, and Harley's lineup is changing with it. The Evolution engine that powered the 883 is officially retired. Emission norms have tightened globally, and the old-school air-cooled setup simply couldn't keep up. Harley's newer models, like the Nightster, now come with the modern Revolution Max engine, liquid-cooled, smoother, more efficient, and cleaner. Compared to that, the Iron 883 feels like it's from another era. And that's not just a perception problem, it's real. The 883 is now banned in several regions due to emissions. Dealerships are slashing prices and offering heavy discounts just to get them off the floor. It's still got that signature Harley rumble, and for some purists, that's enough. But in terms of tech, performance, and even comfort, it's showing its age. At 256 kg curb weight and a 760mm seat height, it's manageable for many riders, but not light by modern standards. Then there's the power, or the lack of it. With around 50 horsepower, the Iron 883 struggles to keep up with rivals in the middleweight cruiser category. It's not quick off the line, and long highway rides demand effort. Riders looking for versatility or highway touring are now looking elsewhere. Even first-time buyers are questioning the value, especially when bikes like the Nightster offer so much more for not much more money. The writing's on the wall. The Iron 883 is fading out. It's still got style, no doubt, but in a market that's demanding cleaner engines, better tech, and more punch, the once iconic budget cruiser is now just trying to stay relevant. Number 5. 48. The Harley-Davidson 48 was always a head-turner. That beefy front end, fat tires, and tiny 7.9-liter peanut tank gave it a distinctive silhouette that screamed old-school cool. It carried a raw, muscular vibe that appealed to custom builders and purists alike. At the heart of it was the 1200cc air-cooled Evolution engine, torquey, loud, and full of character. The low-slung profile and solo seat added to the stripped-back, aggressive look. For many, this was the bike that truly looked like a Harley should, but looks can only take you so far. The 48, like its smaller sibling, the Iron 883, is showing its age in a big way. While the design remains iconic, the powertrain is a relic. The Evolution engine simply doesn't meet modern expectations anymore. Not in emissions, not in performance, and definitely not in tech. There are no ride modes, no rider aids, and nothing that feels remotely 2025 about the way it handles or performs. Compared to the new Sportster S or even the Nightster, the 48 feels like it's stuck in time. And with Harley fully committing to the Revolution Max platform, the writing's on the wall. The company is sunsetting the old air-cooled lineup, and the 48 is among the last to hang on. It's already discontinued in several markets due to emissions regulations, and even where it's still available, dealers are struggling to move them. Those showrooms that stocked up hoping the 48's street appeal would drive sales are now slashing prices, bundling accessories, and offering special financing just to get them out the door. That said, for the right kind of rider, the 48 still has value. It's an excellent platform for custom builds, bobbers, or anyone chasing that classic Harley aesthetic. It's low, loud, and unapologetically retro. But anyone expecting modern performance, long-haul comfort, or tech-savvy features will find themselves disappointed. In 2025, the 48 feels like a love letter to the past, rather than a viable option for the future. It's not a bad bike. It's just outclassed. And in a market that now demands more than just good looks. That's a hard truth. For collectors or customization enthusiasts, this might be the best time to pick one up. But as a mainstream cruiser, its spotlight is fading fast. Number 4. Harley-Davidson Fat Bob 114. The Harley-Davidson Fat Bob 114 is one of the boldest bikes in the brand's current lineup. It's got the attitude, the performance, and the presence. Powered by the Milwaukee 8 114 engine, it churns out a hefty amount of torque, giving riders that raw punch off the line that you'd expect from a muscle cruiser. The aggressive styling, with its rectangular LED headlight, chunky tires, and dual exhaust setup, makes it instantly recognizable. Add inverted front forks and a more performance-orientated riding stance, and you've got a Harley that dares to be different. But that difference is also what's holding it back. The Fat Bob 114 sits in a weird middle ground. It's not a full-blown touring bike, so long-distance comfort and luggage capacity are limited. At the same time, it's too bulky and heavy for daily commuting or casual city rides. That makes it a niche product, great for weekend blasts or performance-minded riders, but not practical for the everyday user. And that's a big problem in 2025, where most buyers want versatility along with style. Then there's the price. The Fat Bob doesn't come cheap, and with insurance premiums climbing for high-displacement cruisers, especially among younger riders, the total cost of ownership is becoming a real barrier. It's a bike that impresses on test rides, no question. But when it comes time to sign the paperwork, a lot of potential buyers walk away. Sales reflect that reality. While it hasn't been officially axed, 2025 has seen a major slump in Fat Bob movement across showrooms. Dealerships are quietly offloading inventory with big-time incentives. Think deep discounts, extended warranties, and even free accessory kits. The goal is clear: make room for models that sell faster and fit Harley's new direction, especially as more focus shifts to liquid-cooled engines and global compliance. The Fat Bob 114 might be one of the best handling and most powerful cruisers Harley offers, but it's trapped by its own identity. Too aggressive for the average rider, too impractical for long-haul touring, and too expensive for many younger buyers. It's become a showroom dilemma. Enthusiasts love it, reviewers praise it, but the market just isn't there. If Harley decides to streamline the lineup in the coming years, the Fat Bob may quietly disappear, not because it's a bad bike, but because it never quite fit in. Number 3. HarleyDavidson Panamera 1250. The HarleyDavidson Panamera 1250 was supposed to be the game changer, a bold leap into uncharted territory. In 2021, Harley entered the adventure touring segment with a bike that had real potential: a high-revving Revolution Max engine, adaptive ride height, rider modes, cornering ABS, and a tech package that could stand toe-to-toe with anything from BMW or KTM. It even surprised critics with how capable it was off-road and how comfortable it felt on long stretches of highway. But in 2025, it's a different story. The Panamera 1250 is now more of a question mark than a victory lap. Despite its performance credentials, the model is struggling at the dealership level, and the issue isn't the bike itself. It's the audience. Harley-Davidson's core base has always gravitated toward cruisers and touring machines. Leather jackets, chrome, and highway rumble. Not knobby tires, skid plates, and dirt trails. The Panamera attracted attention at launch, especially from motorcycle media and a handful of curious Harley fans. But sustaining momentum in the ADV space is tough, especially when buyers are already loyal to brands like BMW, Triumph, or KTM, companies that have decades of proven experience in adventure touring. And then there's the problem of brand identity. For many adventure riders, Harley just doesn't feel like a natural fit. Even though the Panamera performs admirably, Its badge creates hesitation. Riders in this segment don't just buy based on specs. They buy trust, reputation, and long-term reliability. That's where Harley's inexperience becomes a disadvantage. Now, in 2025, dealers are sitting on stacks of Panamera units, particularly the base models. Some have resorted to aggressive bundling, free panniers, riding gear, GPS systems, just to move stock. The special variant, which comes with more advanced features like adaptive suspension and heated grips, still holds some appeal, but it's not enough to keep the momentum going. Inventory turnover is slow, and the model is quietly sliding down the sales charts. The Panamera 1250 is proof that Harley can build a competitive adventure bike. It rides well, looks unique, and comes loaded with useful features. But it's also proof that even a good product can struggle if the audience isn't fully on board. Right bike, wrong brand for the ADV crowd. And that's a hard hurdle to clear. Number 2. HarleyDavidson Livewire. The original HarleyDavidson Livewire, launched before the brand spun off into its own separate electric division, was meant to be a revolution. It looked sharp, delivered instant torque, and sounded like nothing else Harley had ever built. But despite all the futuristic flair, it came with one major problem: pricing. At nearly $30,000, the original Livewire was priced like a premium touring bike, but didn't offer the practicality or range to match. For Harley's traditional customer base, it was a hard sell. No engine rumble, no gears to shift, and limited range, especially in regions without robust EV charging infrastructure, meant many riders couldn't justify the price tag. Add in range anxiety and the still developing EV market in the US, and the excitement faded quickly. What was once Harley's bold attempt to redefine its future ended up collecting dust in showrooms. Fast forward to 2025, and the situation for these pre-spin-off Livewire models is even worse. With the release of newer, more affordable and refined electric options like the Livewire 1 and the urban-focused Del Mar, the original Livewire looks like an expensive prototype. Its battery tech is outdated by comparison, its range doesn't hold up, and its resale value has dropped like a rock. Dealerships that still have these models are in a tough spot. Many have removed them from display altogether, tucking them away in storage, or quietly trying to offload them to corporate fleets or promotional programs. Some have resorted to offering steep discounts, thousands below MSRP, just to clear them out. But even at a reduced price, buyers remain hesitant. The early Livewire models now sit in a strange limbo, too new to be classic, too outdated to be relevant. And if you're thinking of picking one up for cheap, think carefully. While you might score a great deal up front, the resale market is nearly non-existent. Add to that potential issues with parts availability, software updates, and battery support, and it's clear why these bikes are more of a gamble than a steal. The original Livewire was a brave move, and in many ways, a necessary learning step for Harley. But in retail terms, it misfired. It showed promise, yes, but it also revealed how tough the electric transition would be, especially for a brand built on tradition and V-twin thunder. Number 1. HarleyDavidson Road King. The HarleyDavidson Road King has long held its place as a symbol of pure American touring. With its stripped-down design, signature chrome trim, and those classic hard saddlebags, it appealed to riders who wanted the touring experience without the distractions of giant fairings and touchscreens. It was all about the open road, wind in your face, and a big V-twin rumbling beneath you. For traditionalists, the Road King was the gold standard. Simple, elegant, and powerful. But as 2025 rolls on, the motorcycle landscape has shifted, and the Road King's minimalist charm is starting to feel outdated. In an era where even mid-range cruisers come with TFT displays, Bluetooth connectivity, and rider assist features, the Road King now feels like a luxury-priced bike without the luxury features. Harley's own Street Glide and Road Glide models have taken the spotlight, offering full infotainment systems, navigation, advanced suspension, and tech-heavy packages that riders increasingly expect, especially at this price point. Dealerships are noticing the change in buyer behavior. Road King sales have slowed significantly, and many showrooms are now sweetening trade-in deals for customers looking to step up to the more tech-savvy Grand American Touring lineup. Some dealers are even offering factory-backed incentives and discounted accessory bundles just to move Road King inventory. The issue isn't performance. The Road King still delivers a smooth ride thanks to its Milwaukee 8 engine and solid chassis. It handles well for its size and remains a capable long-distance tourer. But in analogs of tech, it's been left behind. No big infotainment screen, no standard GPS, no adaptive ride height, and no advanced rider modes. It's a back-to-basics bike in a world that's gone digital. That analog appeal still matters to a niche crowd, but it's shrinking. The modern rider wants more than just tradition. They want convenience, connectivity, and performance without compromise. And the Road King, as it stands now, is starting to look more like a legacy product than a current contender. If Harley-Davidson doesn't evolve the Road King soon, whether with an updated variant or a tech refresh, it risks becoming a museum piece in a fast-moving market. The throne it once held in Harley's lineup is now being shared, or even overtaken, by smarter, sleeker, and more versatile touring machines. There you have it, 7 Harley-Davidson models that dealerships are practically begging you to take off their hands. From outdated engines and shifting emissions standards to buyer trends and electric growing pains, the market is speaking loud and clear. Harley's evolution is underway, and not every bike is going to make the journey. But for smart buyers, this could be your golden opportunity. Discounts are everywhere, incentives are growing, and the chance to own a piece of Harley history at a fraction of the original price has never been more real. So whether you're looking for a custom project bike, an entry into the Harley world, or a steal on a forgotten legend, now's the time to act. Don't forget to like this video. Drop a comment telling us which Harley you'd still buy no matter what. And subscribe to the channel for more insider motorcycle content. The road ahead is wild, and we're riding it together.